guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a really exciting video. It is going to be my first pregnancy update, baby. Literally, there's a baby. Really excited to do this video for you guys today. I have my notebook here where I wrote down all the notes that I wanted to cover in today's video. Just cannot believe that this is really happening. Like, some days I'll get up and just like doesn't even feel like I'm pregnant. Like, it doesn't even feel, sometimes I feel normal and sometimes I don't. It's just a really odd thing, like this early on, I guess, because I just don't really believe it yet, you know, but it's true. So I'm going to go ahead and get into what I've been experiencing, and at the end of the video I do want to do the traditional show you my belly thing, so I'll be putting those at the end of the videos, and just to show you guys my progression so far, even though it's not really a baby bump, it's more like previous fat and bloat. So yeah, before I got pregnant, I didn't have a flat stomach like most people do. I feel like that show their bellies on here. Like, everybody has like a really pretty flat stomach that just looks a little bloated. Well, mine just seriously looks like I'm way further along than what I am. But oh well. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with what I've been experiencing for my 5-week mark. Actually, right now I'm currently 6 weeks and 2 days, but this is just kind of what has happened to me in the 4 and 5 week mark, but I'm just going to call it my 5-week update because I didn't want to make a video too early on, because I also did a separate video, which you guys have done seen, my like 2-week weight symptoms. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely go back and watch it. It talks about like the first signs that I experienced of kind of thinking I was pregnant and finding out that I was, stuff I was experiencing. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. I wrote everything down, like biggest changes, and then like what has been happening to me, and then at the very bottom I kind of have like the cravings that I've been experiencing. So I'm going to start off with vivid dreams. My dreams are just so real. Like, they feel like I'm there, like real. Like, everything in the dream is so rememberable. Like, when I wake up, I remember exactly what I dreamt, which I used to remember my dreams pretty good from time to time, but not every single night like I do now. I haven't had any nightmares or anything. They're all pretty just weird basic dreams that you have, but just noticing that I can remember them a lot more and that they're more clear to me, and that they just seem so real. So that is definitely something that I've been experiencing since being pregnant. The second thing that I've been experiencing right off the bat, it was the very first thing probably that I noticed, was the bloat. Before I was having my periods, I would get really bloated, especially when I went off of birth control. I noticed that I would just get so bloated that time of the month. And right afterwards, I didn't really know if I was going to have my period or not at first, you know. I thought it was just like a sign that I was going to have my period because I was so bloated. But I didn't really know, because I heard people say that you feel really bloated as your first symptom when you're pregnant. But I definitely had the big belly bloat. This is a lot of this, some of this stuff might be TMI, I don't know for some of you guys, but if you're watching these, then you obviously come prepared for that, I hope, because being pregnant and having a baby is all kind of TMI basically when you get down to it, because there's a lot of uncomfortable situations and things that goes on in your body. And yeah, so I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm just going to tell you guys what I've been experiencing, even if it is gross. But I have gas really bad at nighttime, like super bad gas. Like, you know, one of them people that I can't just sit here and say, oh, I've never had gas. I'm a person that never gets gas, because that's not true. And let's face it, I don't always eat healthy, so I experience gas from time to time, but not like this. It's like when I go to bed at night, I have really bad like gas, like every night. So that's been one of the unfortunate things, and luckily my husband still wants to sleep in the same bed with me, so that's all good. Oh, something that's been driving me insane is the frequent bathroom trips of having to pee. It has been crazy. It's non-stop, at least 2 to 3 times in the middle of the night. I cannot imagine when I'm more further along, because I heard it gets worse. But right now, seriously have to pee all the time. Like way worse than I ever had to pee. It feels like I have just like constant pressure on my bladder to go pee, and it's really annoying. But yeah, that's just definitely something that has changed for me that I used to not have before. So yay. My boobs did not hurt me in the beginning of finding out I was pregnant, and I was really like wondering like, hey, when are my boobs gonna start to hurt, because that should be my #1 sign and I don't have that. But everybody is different, and it took probably a good 4 weeks for me before my boobs actually started to kind of feel sore, and now they hurt. So they're really tender, and they're also another thing with my boobs that I've noticed is that they are really veiny. They have a lot of dark blue veins on them, and they're just so tender and sore, and they feel heavy, like full and just uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable wearing a bra, so like I've been trying to wear bralettes a lot, but of course when I go out in public I don't like to wear those just because I like my boobs to feel a little bit more lifted and in place, because my boobs are kind of large the way it is. So yeah, but I just like days that I'm at home I just throw a bralette on, or sometimes I won't wear a bra. It just depends, but they really hurt. Occasional headache, like I never really was a person that got headaches all the time. Now my mom, bless her heart, but she gets like migraines like really bad sometimes, and like gets really bad headaches all the time. But I never really was a headache person. Like every once in a while I would get like, you know, an allergy headache or something, or when I start my period I would get like a headache. That's how I knew I was going to start. But I would always just take like Advil or something and it'd go away. But I never was a person to complain of like headaches all the time. But now, being pregnant, I have had the headache a couple times, not too bad, but a couple times, and I just kind of started massaging my own neck, and that's really hard to do because you'd rather have someone else do it for you, but I just started massaging myself and my shoulders to kind of relieve it, and it really did work for me. Like, I'm not saying it'll work for everybody if you got a headache while you're pregnant, but you know, obviously this early on I don't want to be taking a lot of medicine or anything like that, because I don't want to, not supposed to do that. So I'm just trying to hold off. Whenever I get a headache, I'll just massage my neck, and it normally goes away. So far so good. Also, I've noticed that I'll kind of get one if I'm not drinking enough water, which I really struggle with. I've struggled with this even before being pregnant, and now that I'm pregnant I'm supposed to drink way more water, which blows my mind because it's hard. It's really hard for me because I just am not a drinker person. Like, I never have been, and my dad is kind of the same way. Like, we just don't drink enough, but we, you know, obviously need to, but it's really hard. So this is probably the #1 thing right now that has been a struggle for me that I noticed around the 5-week mark. Might have had it during 4 weeks, I'm not really sure when I noticed it, but just out of the blue one day at work, one of my jobs that I gotta work, pretty long day, 6 to 7 hours sometimes. About the 5 hour to 6 hour in, my back on the left side, especially the lower back, was killing me. Like, really, really sore and hurting me, and it just was uncomfortable, and I was like, what in the world? So I don't know, but it's weird because like if I'm just sitting around relaxing on the weekend, my back doesn't bother me. If I'm not doing much, it don't bother me, but when I'm at work, it will bother me. Like 5 to 6 hours in, it starts hurting every single time now, and it's really not something I look forward to going to work. It's really made it more hard for me and just kind of made me just not look forward to it, basically. And I had to come home a couple times and lay on my heating pad to relieve it, and it's just been kind of one of them things that I hope goes away, but I don't know if it will. Back problems kind of run in my mom's side of the family, so I'm kind of more prone to have, like, it's probably in my family. I think my dad even has back problems, so it's there. I don't know if it's hereditary or not, but I've always kind of like had the lower back issues if I bend over for too long, but I think anybody would, but I don't know. It's just something that's been bothering the crap out of me. So yeah, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you guys have experienced this back pain early on, because my friend said she didn't get it until like her 3rd trimester. But I just want to know if anybody else has experienced this while working, if you have a physical job, because I know not everybody job they have is like more physical work. Mine is very physical, so I'd like to know. Right off the bat, probably more of the 4-week mark, I was feeling extremely tired. Like, more tired than I ever feel. Even if I got a full like 8 hours of sleep, I still felt tired. Right now, I'm still feeling kind of tired when I don't do much, but I think I'm just so used to going, and I've been trying to walk. Me and my husband have been walking, and I'm usually used to being on my feet all day, so right now I feel great. I don't really feel tired, but it just hits me at different times of the day. Like, sometimes I'll get more tired toward the end of the day. Sometimes I'll wake up feel really tired, even if I slept a lot, which is kind of crappy the way the mornings have been for me now, but oh well. Alright, so this next one has really kind of been a struggle. I've been getting really, not like really constipated, but I have experienced it, and I'm normally not a person to have any issues with going, you know, to the bathroom. So a couple days would go by before I was using the bathroom, and I kind of thought that was odd, but I did read that that was like what happens when you get pregnant to some women, so apparently that's going to happen to me. But last night I had like the worst stomach cramps ever. I just needed to go to the bathroom, but I couldn't. So what was happening, which this happened to me twice now, last night was the second night, but what happens is, like, I need to go to the bathroom, I can't go, so I end up feeling nauseous on top of it, because it's almost like my body's trying to, like, you know, get out what it needs to get out one way or the other. So I got sick from that, not being able to go to the bathroom. So this morning, it took a while this morning, but finally I did go to the bathroom, and then that belly pain went away, and I felt, you know, the nausea went away, and I felt better. So that's just something that I've been experiencing that I don't like. I don't understand. I need to, like, probably stop eating cheese and stuff, because I like my cheese, but I probably am going to stop eating that because I want to try to be able to go to the bathroom as much as I can, and I'm trying to eat a little bit better than what I was. So I'm trying to make changes, guys, but it's so freaking hard. It's just hard. I've had cramps on and off since day one of thinking that I possibly conceived. That was the very first thing that I ever noticed was cramping, that I don't ever get unless it's that time of the month, and like I said, I hadn't had that since high school, so it was really odd and just something that I don't normally get. But it's really weird. It'll hit me at different times of the day. My stomach will just cramp, and it feels like period cramps is what it feels like. And they say that's normally from your uterus contracting because it's growing, which is kind of crazy, but it just hurts, and it's uncomfortable for a little while, but then they go away. It doesn't last long, but I get them on and off, and supposedly it's normal as long as you're not bleeding with cramping, so I guess I'm all good. That is all of, like, physical changes that have been going on with me so far in this pregnancy. Now I'm going to talk about my cravings that I've been having, which I thought that you got cravings later on. I didn't know you experienced that pretty early, but I did. Like, I experienced extreme hunger probably around week 3 or 4. I was so hungry. Like, all of a sudden I was like, I need to eat something, and I was just eating and eating, and I was like, what the heck, this is weird. But so yeah, I'm definitely way more hungry now since I am like 6 weeks now. I just want to eat everything, and I tried not to, though, obviously, because I don't want to, like, gain a bunch of weight so early on, and try to want to eat, you know, more healthier snacks and stuff like that. But I have craved less sweets, which is so incredibly not me, because I am a sweet chocoholic freak. Like, I love Little Debbie cakes, chocolate cake, you name it, brownies, cookies. I am that kind of girl that loves sweets. But since I got pregnant, I don't really want sweet stuff, like a whole bunch. Even though, you know, I'll still have a sweet something sweet during the day, I end up eating something that's sweet, but no, it's like I don't want it as bad, which is a good thing, I guess. But like, I don't really want soda, which you guys know that I used to drink like Coke. I was addicted to Coke. Haven't had any soda because I just don't want any soda. It's really weird. Doesn't feel like me. That's one thing that is just definitely off about me. But I have been craving more salty foods. Probably the #1 snack right now that I love is pickles and dill pickled chips. And I am definitely not the kind of person to choose really weird flavors of chips. I like your basic barbecue chips, or regular potato chips, or just cheddar and sour cream, like, you know, basic ones, not weird ones like dill pickle chips. Like, what? They are so good. Like, I could just, and I try not to eat a lot of them when I do, because obviously potato chips are bad, but it's just like my guilty pleasure snack right now. I love the dill pickle chips. And then I'll have like a sandwich with my pickles on the side, because the pickles, I love bread and butter pickles. They're so amazing, and I even liked them before I was pregnant, but now I want them like all the time. Like, I love pickles. So yeah. And another thing, I know this is like what a lot of people say, but food just tastes incredibly amazing, more than it ever has. Like, everything I put into my mouth, I seriously just admire the flavor of it. I'm just like, oh my god, it tastes so good. Why does it taste this good? Like, normally, you know, eat good stuff, it tastes good, but like, no, I mean, this is another level of like tasting good. This is like, yeah, I say that a lot. This is just amazing. Like, food is incredible, and I'm just, it's a great thing, because I know a lot of girls already at the 6-week mark are having morning nausea and morning sickness, which, knock on wood, I have not got that yet. And I don't know if I'm going to. I don't want to say that I'm not, because I heard that it starts around the 6th or 7th week. But I haven't had that, luckily. I've been very lucky with that. And I'm glad, because I like to eat, so I can imagine feeling sick and not being able to eat, which I know some pregnant women cannot. So that would be so miserable for me. So I'm just really thankful and glad right now that I haven't experienced that yet. I've been eating a lot more, like I said, just get hungrier faster, I feel like, than what I used to. Like, I feel like things would last me a lot longer before I was pregnant, and now I'm getting like a belly hunger ache a lot sooner than before. So those are all the things I wrote down for my 5-week mark. This video is pretty long. I knew it would be, but I hope you guys don't mind, because I just did want to talk to you guys about everything that I'm experiencing. I did download a Nature, is it Nature? It's by the Glow app, because you guys know I was using Glow to try to get pregnant. They also, once you get pregnant, they recommend you to download the Nature app, or Nurture maybe is how you say it, or Nature, I don't know. But it updates you every week about your baby, and like shows you what your baby looks like. And so I'm going to get that really quick, because I forgot my phone out there, and I'm going to read it to you guys and tell you guys what's up with the baby. So I just remembered one thing that I did forget to write down, is that I kind of already have the pregnancy brain they talk about. I forget stuff way more than usual. I might have talked about, and you know, I just realized like a lot of these symptoms I might have mentioned in my previous video, but that one, it's still there. Like, it still lingers. The feeling kind of lightheaded every once in a while is there. Feeling kind of ditzy-ish. That hasn't left. So, just wanted to throw that in. That was random. But anyways, so here's what the app looks like, and it shows you your baby and everything like that. I don't know if you guys can go. So yeah, this is the app that I'm using. I know there's other ones, and I might still download a different one that will like give me more information. I am reading the What to Expect When You're Expecting book that my friend let me borrow hers for right now. So I'm reading some of that so far. So I'm learning things, and watching other people's pregnancy updates. I've learned a lot about other people and just like what they go through. It's really nice to have these videos, I feel like, because you can kind of compare yourself to other people and see if you're experiencing the same thing or not. But anyways, yeah, so that's the app that I've been using, and I realized that that one doesn't tell you a lot about your 5-week mark, which is kind of like unfortunate. So I think I'm going to get a different app to explain more, so when I make these videos I can talk more about what more detail about like the baby and everything, but obviously you can look stuff up if you need to know what is going on in there. But basically my baby is the size of a chocolate chip. That's really tiny, guys. Like, that's really small. So yeah, so I'm gonna get on and end this video because my husband is now home for lunch and we're gonna have lunch together, and I'm gonna show you guys my belly bloat. I wouldn't call it the baby bump yet because, like I said, it's more of a bloat, but I'm gonna show you guys. Here is with my shirt pulled tight because it's like a really loose shirt. So this is what's up so far with the shirt on, and this is my stomach with the shirt up, which I've never liked my stomach, so yeah, mine isn't as pretty as others, but it is what it is. So as you guys can tell, I definitely got like a little bit of a bloat for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching this 5-week pregnancy update video, and stay tuned because I will be doing more. Obviously, I haven't decided if I want to do them weekly or if I want to do them every other week. I'm not really sure. You guys leave me comments down below and let me know what you guys would prefer to see, because like obviously I don't want to overdo it, and sometimes you don't really experience a lot of different symptoms that close together. So I don't know if I want to do it like every couple weeks, maybe every 2 weeks. I'm not really sure, but I'm definitely excited to be making these videos. It doesn't feel real, but it's definitely exciting. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.